Welcome back to Vibe Podcast. Today we're discussing the media exposure that Baron Trump was autistic and its subsequent retraction and apology. I'm joined by Charles and Angela.
Good to be here, Charles, proud supporter of President Trump and common sense. Glad to clear up some of this lefty liberal nonsense.
Hi everyone, I'm Angela. I'm an autistic woman, and I'm interested in how these kinds of discussions impact understanding of autism in the public eye.
Excellent. So, the research delves into the speculation surrounding Baron Trump and autism, starting with its origins. Apparently, it all began in late 2016 with a viral YouTube video that compiled clips of Baron at public events, suggesting his behaviors were indicative of autism, without any medical basis. Angela, what's your initial thought on this kind of observational speculation?
Well, speaking as someone on the spectrum, I can understand why people might observe certain behaviors and make connections. Sometimes, when you see a child who might be a bit different in their mannerisms or interactions, especially in high-stress public situations, it can spark questions. It's not a diagnosis, of course, and it shouldn't be, but it does reflect how people perceive and process different neurotypes. The video itself was problematic for diagnosing from afar, but the impulse to recognize patterns, I get that. As I live that life.
Problematic is an understatement, Angela. It was a disgusting attack on a child. This is exactly what those on the left do to anyone associated with President Trump. They try to find anything, no matter how baseless, to smear his family. A YouTube video from some random person. That's hardly a medical opinion. It's just more fake news, pure and simple, designed to cause trouble for the Trumps.
The research highlights that social media played a significant role in amplifying these rumors. Charles, you mentioned fake news. How do you see the role of social media in spreading these kinds of rumors, especially when it involves public figures' children?
Social media is a cesspool, Alice. It's where the radical left spreads their lies unchecked. They take a completely innocent child, invent a medical condition, and then spread it like wildfire, all because they hate his father. It's an absolute disgrace and proves why we need more control over these platforms, not less, to protect innocent families from these kinds of malicious attacks.
I agree that the unchecked spread of misinformation is dangerous, and it's particularly harmful when it targets a child and their private health information. However, from another perspective, sometimes these discussions, even if they start poorly, can inadvertently raise awareness about autism itself. It's a double-edged sword, the harm of speculation versus the potential for conversation, provided that conversation is handled respectfully and accurately in the end. I mean, how often do people talk about autism?
And the research tells us that Melania Trump did address these rumors directly. In her memoir, published October 2024, she explicitly states, and I quote, "There is nothing shameful about autism, but Baron is not autistic." She also linked the incident to being a major motivator for her Be Best campaign. Charles, what's your take on her very clear statement?
There you have it. The mother, the ultimate authority on her own son, said he is not autistic. Case closed. Why are we even having this discussion? This is exactly what I mean. Melania Trump herself debunked it. This was just another pathetic attempt to hurt the family, and she stood up for her son. Good for her. It's shameful that people even questioned it after her statement.
I completely respect Melania Trump's statement. Her prioritizing her son's well-being and explicitly stating he is not autistic, while also affirming that there's nothing shameful about autism, is very important. It addresses the personal impact on Baron and challenges the implied stigma that some might attach to an autism diagnosis. The bullying aspect is particularly heartbreaking, believe me. No child should endure that, regardless of their neurotype. I wouldn't want any other child to have my experiences.
The research also points out that the Trump family, through legal representatives, demanded the removal of the original YouTube video, and the creator complied, issuing an apology. Furthermore, credible news organizations and fact-checking outlets have consistently reported no verified evidence to support the claims, distinguishing between reporting on the existence of rumors and endorsing their content.
See, even the mainstream media, who usually can't stand President Trump, had to admit there was nothing there. It just shows how utterly baseless and malicious these rumors were. They tried to make something out of nothing, and they failed. It speaks volumes about the character of those who started it versus the character of the Trumps.
It's crucial that credible news sources stepped in to fact-check and clarify. In a world where health misinformation spreads so easily, having reputable outlets emphasize the lack of official confirmation and respect privacy is vital. It sets an important precedent for not diagnosing individuals, especially minors, from afar. And the apology from the video creator, while late, is a good step towards accountability.
So, to summarize, the conclusion of David's research is that based on a comprehensive review of the available evidence, including the origin of the rumors, Melania Trump's official statements, the lack of credible medical confirmation, and consistent reporting by reputable news organizations, there is no verified evidence that Baron Trump is autistic. The speculation originated from a non-expert YouTube video and was explicitly denied by his mother and debunked by fact-checkers and credible news outlets.
Exactly. It's settled. No evidence. Melania said no. It was just a witch hunt from the start. An election campaigning dirty trick. I just hope people learn to trust the family, and not these internet trolls trying to create controversy where there isn't any.
And I hope that even though the rumors were baseless, the public discourse around it, however flawed, has at least contributed to a broader conversation about autism acceptance. It's a reminder that empathy and respecting individual privacy are paramount, especially for children in the public eye. But hopefully, just like the podcaster retracted that Barron was autistic, hopefully Trump will retract Tylenol makes children autistic. It's such a baseless claim. I'm certain most of his wives took painkillers during pregnancy, it's normal. Believe me, if he was a pregnant woman, he wouldn't be saying, tough it out.
Let's call it a day. A big thank you to our guests Charles and Angela and researcher David Morgan for providing our topic.